I'm Steve Darcy. I'm going to show you how to create this drawer pull. So we're going to start from scratch, the new Inventor part file. You'll see how easy Inventor LT is and powerful. We're going to create a dimension, make it 2.5 inches by 1 inch. Then we're going to come in here and add a line for the mid section so we can keep that apart. Add a couple fillets at 1/4 inch. Let it straighten itself up, and then we'll drag it. Make sure that it's all centered up at the origin of the part. After that, we're going to come in here and create some extra geometry for the little squiggly part of that drawer pull. If you hold down your left mouse, you can get it to do arcs, and you'll notice on this arc we can get the bottom of that little quadrant also extending off of that extension of that horizontal line. Add a couple more little lines in here, one more for a coil feature, and then all we have to do is dimension and constrain the geometry to finish it out. So we'll step ahead and we'll change some of the geometry over to construction. The construction geometry we don't really have to use to create the solids or the surfaces or anything like that, but we do need it just to kind of give us a reference on where we're at. Add one more little piece of geometry for the little sweep that we'll create later, and we're ready to revolve our first surface. Inventor LT is really good at surfacing and solids. So next I'm going to create a new sketch. I'm going to steal some of the geometry from the first sketch, so we'll share him and we'll just project it onto that second sketch. I'll go ahead and turn off sketch number 1 just so you can get the visibility of what I've projected, and I'm going to change it from construction geometry to normal geometry, and then the other guy I'll just turn that entity into a center line. We'll go into the coil command, pick the profile and the center line so it automatically makes a coil. We're going to change it to a revolution in height, and we're going to show the dimensions of that revolution, and we're going to link that height to that first sketch. So then we'll just create a 3D sketch off of the two surfaces, and now we've got a little 3D pipe path that we can do a sweep around. So I'm going to go ahead and turn the visibility of the surfaces off, create a plane on the end of that curve. Pretty complicated little area there. We'll create a new sketch on that new plane. Can't sketch out in the middle of nowhere. So just draw a little circle on there off of that projected endpoint. Use D for dimension and make it 0.06 inches. Next we're just going to sweep it along that 3D pipe, and now we've got one little part of our section. I'll turn on my visibility of my sketch and make a little axis through there. That way I can use my circular pattern to go in here and create 6 instances of that feature. After I get all 6, the hard part's done. Just need to create a sketch on that top plane, project that little endpoint, and we'll go into the circle command. Again, use D for dimension, make that 0.2, and then I'm going to come in here and use the sweep command. I've got my profile, I've got my path, simple as that, hitting OK. Next I'll go into the hole command. Don't like looking up a lot of stuff for the holes, so I just use Inventor, pull the little drop down for a tapped hole, and make it a number 10. Tell it it's about a 1/2 inch deep, and I'll tell it to tap at the full depth. So that's pretty much it. We'll just mirror it. We don't want to start from scratch. We just mirror it from one side to the other. Select our mirror plane, and we're good to go. We've got our part completely done. Turn off some of the geometry so it looks nice, and then we'll just hit the save button, and I'll save it as drawer pull. We're not done with that. We got to make all those 9 million AutoCAD users happy. So we're going to create a 2D piece of paper. So we'll scale it up 2 times. Make some projected views off that. It's a lot easier in Inventor than it is in AutoCAD. And then I don't want to re-dimension everything. I've already dimensioned it once. So we'll just retrieve those dimensions from the model. There they are. They look pretty good. It's easy to make them nice and neat. And then I also may want to share this with somebody else. So the people that don't have AutoCAD, we may need to export that out to a PDF or a DWF. The DWF is a little bit smarter because I can include the 3D model. So you'll notice there's a DWFX extension. It's a free download, and you get the paper and you also get the 3D model. Hope you enjoyed this demo on Inventor LT. It's just one piece of the digital prototyping solution.